Goodnight Cancun. My family at, my people at, my people at. Get some people in here. Get champagne popcorn. Play all day and close to that. Ooh, ooh, ooh. What's up? What's up? Man, I had so much fun tonight. Hey, I had so much fun tonight. So much fun tonight. I drank so many drinks today. Police right there gonna get somebody. What's up? What's up, everybody? What's up? What's up? I am. Salute, brother. Salute. Man, I had so much fun today, man. Oh yeah. Yeah, look. You can see the moon. You can see the moon. Like, you literally can see the moon. The sky is like so clear. You know, I'm literally on the balcony with a tank top on, man. With a one of those AT shirts. You know, literally. It feels so good out here. The breeze blowing. See the little palm trees? The breeze, look. See the breeze blowing? Feels so good out here, man. So good. I couldn't get the other room. The property full. I tried to get the other room. They offered me to walk down to a brother or sister property like 2 buildings down, but I didn't want to pack up and move, you know, to another property. I just thought that, hey, while I'm out and about, the bellsman can move my stuff to another room on another floor, you know. But yeah, it's beautiful out here. The weather is beautiful, you know. That's what I want to say too. 504 Cut News, the channel. I will be doing CNN reactions starting Monday. Starting Monday. I will be doing CNN reactions again. The channel is not. I can go live again on the channel. As of yesterday, I done my week in YouTube jail where I couldn't go live when I got the strike, so I can go live again, and I will be doing CNN and fake news reactions on 504 Cut News. I will be doing the reactions again. You know, I will be calling out them lying fake news anchors with that agenda. I will be calling them out. You know. What's going on? Hush up, salute. You know. I will be calling them out. Hey, yeah, I appreciate everybody for tuning with me on this little weekend, man. Like I say, sometimes you gotta get your mind off of all the drama. You know, people over there in Australia, not in Australia. I'm sorry, in Austria. You know, they fighting the battle right now. You know, they're fighting the battle. You know, they still in lockdown. You know, even though I'm out here free and got my freedom, and those folks in Austria still in lockdown. They're still in lockdown. They're still in the streets protesting. You know, big ups to them. You know, big ups to them. You know, I got a couple of emails from a couple of folks out there in Austria, and I'm gonna post them. Real soon. You know, it's some videos that when you guys see it, you guys gonna be like, wow. You know, I got a couple of subscribers all over the world, and I get videos from a bunch of people. You know, that's boots on the ground, and I will be uploading those videos. I will be, especially with Austria. I don't like what I see when I see them video clips I get, and I be wanting to go over there. myself and how can I help out the people? I got one guy named from Australia named Archie. He come on the channel sometime. He from Australia, he from Australia, and he boots on the ground, man. He boots on the ground for freedom, Salute to him, you know. He sent me, he's supposed to send me some videos of some stuff that's going over there in Australia. When I get them, I'm gonna post them too. The thing is, I post raw, uncut videos. I don't. I would love to have a BMX out there. Oh, no doubt. The roads is like the roads in California. They smooth. The roads are very smooth. Tomorrow I'm gonna go horseback riding, snorkeling. I jump on here to kick it with the family tonight, kick it with y'all tonight. It's a beautiful thing out here, man. It's a beautiful thing. Took the weekend off. Not fighting with YouTube this weekend. The things I'm putting up there right now. YouTube. They can't punish the channel like they've been doing. They can't censor me. But when I get back to the United States Tuesday, it's on and popping. It's back on and popping. When I get back to the United States, Tuesday, and I see it, and I see these things that's going on, it's back on and popping. It's back on and popping. Trying to put people up and, trying to take people freedom and shit, It's on and popping. CNN, they if you sit down and watch CNN, you could, they run 24/7. You could break them down and dissect them 24/7. You could dissect them 24/7. They be full of crap. I'm being filtered on this channel because, like I said, this channel right here. Y'all know they're trying to do me, but on that 504 Cut channel, I ain't. Once some strike when that strike gone, it's on. Like Australia, I ain't forget how the police, what the police doing to those people out there. I ain't forget that. I ain't forget what the police doing to the people out there in Italy. I ain't forget what the police doing to the people in Austria. The police doing to the people in Switzerland, Germany. It's happening all over the world. It's not so much, Joseph. It's not so much intense. It's just that it's just different. It's different. Like other countries, the government, like here, for example, right? I was talking to one of the people. The government paid it's mandate that they can't have no homeless people. Like, what I'm saying? Like, it's mandate. Like, they can't have no homeless people. They take care of their citizens in other countries. United States, you got California is driven by homeless people. It shouldn't be nobody homeless, and you got abandoned buildings. You know what I'm saying? You got abandoned buildings. There shouldn't be nobody homeless. But to speak on what you're talking about, it's coming to the United States. It's coming. It's coming. Because like I said, New York, they're the first ones to start it. So once all it takes is one city, one state to start it, and then other states and governors and mayors try to be like them. Good thing down south. They haven't adapted that BS. The East Coast, trying to push right now. They haven't adapted that. But December 27th, some things gonna hit the fan. Then after going to the top of the year, things gonna truly hit the fan because New York City the first. Where they mandated the private sector to have the vaccination. So it's gonna be a lot of people who don't agree with that. A lot of food. There's gonna be a lot of shortages. food, uh, you know, basic stuff, soap, meds. It's gonna be a lot of shortages because companies need their workers, and when you do a mandate like that, a lot of people gonna fall back. They're not gonna go to work. Business is gonna fail. You know, and everyone here believes whatever. Bernie Sanders is crazy, man. That guy, he's older, and that guy crazy, man. He lost his marbles. That guy crazy, man. You know. Anytime he was talking about, put it like this, right? Put it like this, right? We all in this line. We all went to school. We all went to school, right? The things that you're taught in school, it don't really help you in the real world. Like when like I'm gonna use math for example. Uh, division and fractions, and that don't really help you in the real world. You know what I mean? Like everything is like measurements. Either you're 1 foot, 2 foot, 3 foot, 4 foot. You know what I mean? 8 by 8. A room is 8 by. A house is 8 by. A room in a house is 8 by 10. Eight. The ceilings are 8 foot and the room is 10 foot long. So you go to saying fractions and all this other stuff that you're being taught in school. You're being indoctrinated. Because it's like some of that stuff that they're teaching in school, it doesn't relate to the real world. A lot of it don't relate to the real world. You know, they don't teach you how to grow crops. They don't teach you how to, they don't teach you about farming, the different kind of plants you can grow to survive. How to, get chickens, and they don't teach you how to do all that kind of stuff. They teach you, a bunch of bullshit. Social studies. You know what I'm saying? Shit that's not even true. Like George Bush, not George Bush. Christopher Columbus discovered America. How he discovered America? And people already was here when he came. So they teach you shit that don't really is irrelevant. Irrelevant to your real life. You grew up. You grew up in Salute Amanda and song Christian songs. They teach things that's not really accurate. It's to indoctrinate you though. It's to indoctrinate you. It's the you go to school, get a job, and continue to work in the system. Then when your body is worn out, you retire. You get to be retired for maybe a year or two because Social Security you got to be in your 70s to get that. Then you die. So all the money you put in the system, all those years you work, you only gonna get Social Security back out the system probably for about 2-3 years. Everybody done live to be 80 and 90 years old. I work in building trades for 20 years. Got to be more precise than that. But I feel you. Yeah, I mean, when I say math, I'm talking about calculus and all that kind of stuff. Like the basic math. Definitely. But when you go into calculus and algebra, for example, you don't need no algebra to build shit. You don't need algebra to build nothing. That's what I'm talking about. You feel me? But salute though, homie. So when I speak about stuff, I be speaking on some deep. I speak deep about it, but I don't go too deep into it. You can't be. You ain't like you been like my brother. You've been doing that for 20 years, right? When have you used the algebra formula to solve any kind of problem you ran into while you was building something? You see what I'm saying? Chances are slim to none. You see what I'm saying? You teach algebra, you know what I mean? That's the kind of stuff I'm talking about. Like algebra, it's not relevant. You know what I mean? Like accounting, for example, right? You give an accountant $1 million. You know what I mean? You break it down with your employees. You break it down with what you got to buy for the business to roll, and you just start subtracting from the $1 million. And you got a budget per month. The budget gonna be $100,000 or whatever. That's the budget. If you go over $100,000, the next month you can't do that because you already know the budget. It's simple. 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 It's simple. You know what I mean? And that's why so many people, like, after the lockdowns, so many people did not go back to work because they start paying attention to certain things. People start paying attention. It's like whoa, it's families out there. It's families out there it's families out there with people in their family that never worked before. You know, they got riches and stuff like that. They got the earth riches, and their family like Queen Elizabeth. You know what I mean? That family ain't never ever worked. Like how you say how you just say you've been doing building for 20 years. That family, nobody in that family never pick up a screwdriver before. You know what I mean? Like them individuals do school matter to them? Not really, because they ain't got to work. They roll you. See what I'm saying? So it's a big ass matrix. The whole system is a big ass matrix. You know, it's people out there, man. It's people out there that I know that went to school. They 14 years. They pre-K all the way to 12th grade. Then went to college, man. For another 6-7 years. Got student debt, student loans. You know what I mean? Got student loans. And they can't find a job. They can't get a job for what they even went to school for. They can't even get a job for what they went to school for. So they're stuck in school. They're stuck in student loans debt. You know what I mean? And they can't really bust a move on getting no house, no car, anything because the student loans is occupying their debt to ratio as far as their credit limit. So they can't get nothing. They got to pay off that loan first before they can even buy a house. You know what I mean? So that's why when I speak on it, I speak really deep on it. You've been indoctrinated. You know what I mean? You've been indoctrinated. But you need the basis of it definitely. But you've been indoctrinated. You know what I mean? Our focus, education, absolutely. What that mean, brother? What that mean? Our focus, education, absolutely. What that mean? Now focus, education, absolutely. You got your own business, brother. You've been doing it 20 years. You got your own business. Like you building for yourself. Yeah, you got to be on your grind. A lot of things that we do. Is like them folks over in Austria who walk in the streets every day. You know what I'm saying? Who walk in the streets every day because they don't want to be locked down. It's kind of hard. Put like this, right? The first responders, right? First responders. When we was in the middle of all this stuff, when it first popped off, all the first responders was the first responders. You know what I mean? Before the vaccination, the first, every state, all of them. Well, most states, they went to work, took care of the sick, took care of that. They were first responders. They was first on the scene. And now you got in some states that's making it mandated for those individuals, to get the vaccination. You know what I mean? And they put their lives in danger, when nobody really knew when nobody really, they put their lives in danger when it first all started, and those people right there, when all this first started, that should be people right there who shouldn't have to work. You know what I mean? They housing should be free, their automobiles should be free. Everything should be free for them because guess what? They're the ones who put their lives on the line. Parents put their lives on the line. They had kids going to work when all this first popped off. You know what I mean? Do you think it's possible the left, like BMLK, Antifa, could turn against the mandates and lockdowns? I think when it comes down to those lockdowns, to be honest with you, Joseph, I think that it's a taboo of everybody. I think it's a taboo of everybody. And the reason why I say that because when people say Black Lives Matter, that BLM don't represent all black people. You know, that don't represent all black people. All black people don't agree with that. When you do the history of it. So I want to get that out there first. Now, when you look at Black Lives Matter, you know, some bullshit. That's bullshit. The whole thing bullshit. But to answer your question though, I'm gonna get to the second one. To answer your question though, you know, yeah, people of all walks of life gonna disagree. You know, 'cause, people all walks of life. It's happening now. People all walks of life. It's not take too well on the mandate. You know what I mean? And people not taking too well on it. All walks of life. You know, things you can use was what I was speaking to. How finances really work. Agriculture, sciences, particular knowledge, not memorizing and repeated back nonsense. I got you. I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Yeah. I wish we can all agree. Yeah, believe it or not, there's a lot of people that do agree on the issue, but the media not going. It's suppressed. It's suppressed. It's suppressed. That's part of the censorship to stop people from really, coming together, saying how they truly feel. It's part of the censorship. A lot of people can't. If you come out and say how you feel, you can. Salute, Michelle. If you come out and say how you really feel, you condemn. But you condemn by those who actually in roles of empowerment. You know what I mean. So that's why I say it until people realize that it don't matter it don't matter what your background ethic is or your what you identify yourself as. If you have to work, go to a 9 to 5, and your kids have to go to 9 to 5, and your grandparents been on 9 to 5, you ain't no better than the next person. You working to survive. And there's people out here it's families out here that never had to work to survive. It was always given to them. And I ain't talking about no, little weight people. I'm talking about it was handed to them. Yeah. Well, see, it's like if you pick up a dictionary, right? If you pick up a dictionary, I'm gonna blow you away with this. If you pick up a dictionary, the definition of white, right, which is nobody walking the earth truly white, right? But the definition of white is pure. It's everything that's clean. Is everything. The definition of black is evil and wicked. So when you label people white and black or whatever, you're creating a narrative of diversity, which can actually, you're embedding in people's head that, hey, black is evil, from childbirth. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what the definitions of white and black is opposite. So if something is opposite, they're not supposed to get along. You know what I'm saying? So you're right about that. But it's deep though. It's deep though, Joseph. It's really, really, truly deep. That's why I get along with all walks of life. All walks of life. I get along with all walks of life. From that's why I always say, it's one Most High, and I'm not gonna go back and forth and slam somebody for a belief that they have that I don't agree with, because nobody really knows what's really far as that no one really knows how to get there. But we all know that lane. We all got a lane though, and we got to respect each other's lane, and because that's the key factor, the division. If you could divide people, you can rule, and that's how we. And, in all eras we got rulers, and all centuries we had a ruler in all centuries, and king queen, they always conquer the other king and queen. So if we got one queen left, that means she didn't conquer the earth. She didn't conquer the earth, so she run everything. That's why every country have a president in place, because the president Every company have a president, a vice president, on down. That's why every country have a president. The president is a representation of the corporation of that country. You see what I'm saying? And he get paid of the taxes that he collect on behalf of the corporation of the country that he run. You see what I'm saying? And by him running the country and getting paid taxes off it, he got a boss too. And the question is, people don't ask, who is my president boss, because he's running the corporation. This country, our countries are corporations. So who do our president answer to? That's the question that people got to ask. That's why they say that presidents are selected and not elected, because they're selected by whoever owned the corporation that the president actually worked for. Exactly. Totally divide and conquer is the gift that keeps on giving for ruling elite. It never stop working, so they never stop doing it. Exactly. The only thing that they did, Joe, was that they just set it up to the point where they made it like corporations. They give you a birth certificate so they can know, hey, this person been birthed. You've been born into this corporation. They give you a death certificate when you die, so they can close a snap on you. You ain't in the corporation anymore. You gone. Exactly. That's how deep it goes. It goes that deep. It goes that deep. Every country that have a president, that president get paid off the citizens' taxes. You know what I mean? And of a corporation for that company or for that country. It's just what I'm saying. Like the similarity and the basics is right in front of our face. They put it right in front of our face, and they don't make it complex at all. They do it so simple, so simple. If you compare a company to a country, and you look at the titles, the job titles, it's the same. A president, a vice president, on down. Operations manager. All that. When you look at it from that standpoint, a country is ranged like a business. Most countries. So my thing is, who actually own the business? Who actually own the countries? And we only got one person that's like I said, one queen left. And back in the ancient days, that's all kings and queens did. They ruled and they conquered other kings and queens, and they turned the citizens into their slaves or whatnot. And when you look at it from this perspective right now, like a company with a president, when you break it down to those things, the Queen of England is running the world. Queen of England is running the world because she's the only royal. Her and her family is the only royal entity that's walking the planet. So they have conquered everywhere, and all of the presidents is working for a corporation which is owned by somebody. You see what I'm saying? Our president got to answer to somebody. You see? See how the line keep on cutting in and out? And we in the middle. We the people in the middle. And when on the left do something that can convince us that everything's smooth and going, right gonna do something. And when right do something, then the left gonna do something. It's all an agenda. We just in the middle. We don't have no royalty. We not royal, and we not blood families and things of that nature. So we all servants. That's why we get that's why we get paychecks and stuff like that. We all servants. We all servants. Briefly for the families that lost a loved one last night. Thank God we're okay. But we had a tree hit our house. Oh my God. Yeah. God please look over Amanda family. Please watch over Amanda family. And Father God, please watch over Amanda family. What's up, Alex? How you doing? Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that, Amanda. I'm sorry to hear that. Anytime. Somebody have lost. That's a hurtful thing. That's a hurtful thing. Whenever somebody dies, somebody gonna cry. You know what I mean? Whenever somebody dies, somebody gonna cry. But yeah, the corporations though, it's like candy. It's like candy. That's why they was so hard on Trump. because Trump went into that situation already had money, and they thought that he was going to live up to their narrative. Salute, Michelle. Salute. They thought that he was gonna live up to the narrative, and he got in office and he switched it up on them. He switched it up like, I got my own money, and I don't have to work for you. And he didn't go with the narrative. And when he didn't go with the narrative, that's when everything went. I'm good, Alex. When he didn't go with that narrative, that's when everything just went downhill. Everything went downhill. Y'all know the things I want to say, but I got to be cautious on how I say it because this channel got 2 strikes. But yeah, he came in with his own money, and he got in. You got to think about it, right? He was a Democratic, and I'm speaking on Trump. Anybody who's a journey, he was a Democratic when he first got at one point in time, and then he switched to Republican, right? And his reasoning for doing that, because you ain't gonna never have in order to be the president, you have to either be one of the two. You can't run independent and be the president. You're not gonna get the big corporation sponsorships, and you're not gonna get all these things, and then both of those parties gonna actually go against you, and gonna belittle you, and gonna try to take you out of the running, because you got to be a part of that. You got to be a part of either one of those parties. So when Trump reigned, he actually had to be a Republican running to actually run. And when he got in office, he was independent. He didn't when he actually won, he was independent. He didn't take no side of nobody. He just that's why I don't get about people. When Trump only responded to people who responded to him. If you said something crazy to him or about him, and you had a little power and a following, he was not going to let you get away with that. He was going to address you. And so people never had seen a president actually addressing people before like that. And so they just band up against the man, and they band up against him, and they came with all that bullshit. You say he shouldn't have did that. Well, the thing was, you got to remember, he put the money out there, Michelle, but he put the money out there, but it was your body, your choice. At the end of the day, he never forced anything upon you. He didn't force nothing on you. That's all I can say about that. You still had a choice. He didn't force it. He was like, okay, this is what we gonna do. This what I'm gonna do. Because when he caught it, he caught it. He took some shit, and he said he was healing like 2 days. You know what I'm saying? And for a man of that age, whatever he took to be, either he didn't never had shit, or either you're a strong, healthy man. Because he said he took some shit for 2 days and shit was gone. So, but he didn't force nobody to he wasn't forceful. You know what I mean? He came up with it, but he wasn't forceful. And then when he was in office, and all this stuff happened, man. The footages that they were putting out with the people in China, just dropping dead and just falling out and just collapsing and shit. It damn near spooked out everybody. My granddaughter got vaccinated for just daycare, but those are forced. She was sick for 2 days. Man, that's sad. You see, that's wrong. That's wrong. Kids' body's still developing. And kids got the best immune system. And here's another thing. If you can't, 59% of the country, 60% of the country, has taken. Oh man, prayers to the family, man. But 59%, 60% of the country, they say took the vaccination, right? So you got we only got in the United States, we only got 360 something million people. So if you do the math, that's a little above 50 million. So you got 130, 120 something million people walking around who ain't took it, right? You can't get the adults to take it. So why you gonna force it upon the kids? That don't make no sense. It's just my opinion. If you can't get the adults to take it, then why you gonna push the narrative on the kids? You know what I mean? And that's just my opinion. YouTube, that's my opinion. I'm sorry for your loss. I'm sorry for your loss, though. My aunt passed away from the vax. Oh man, but that's the thing. That's the thing. I did a live, and it was it was a CNN reaction, and and it was about a red pill. It's been approved, by the FDA or whatnot, but it had uh, a 30% chance that a 30% effectiveness to the virus, right? And it's on the market. It's on the market. It's on the market. So undoubtedly, that, and that's why so many people don't have trust in that because things like that. See, things like what you just typed in here, Amanda. That's why people, don't have trust, you know, or ain't just rushing to go do that. You know what I mean? Because things like that. It's people out here who got real stories with people who really passed away in their family, but that ain't being spoken about on the news. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You know. And see what I really want to say, Michelle. I can't say it. I said it before, and I'm not censored. I just don't want to lose the channel. If I lose this channel, y'all know I'm not monetizing all that stuff. If I lose the channel, I'm gonna lose the other channel. You know what I mean? And then it's gonna be like I ain't gonna be able to get the message out. So I'm kind of like being mindful of what I say and how I say it until I get these strikes off. Once these strikes gone, it is what it is. You know, because that's like I said, it's a person body that should be their choice. You know, but all but what gets me is that you see people protesting around the whole world, right? The whole world. You know, people protesting around the whole world about the same thing, and yet you still still want to make it mandate. You know what I mean? Like it don't. I mean, it's crazy, man. Hey, Alex. You know, New York City, December the 27th, New York City, 5 to 11. They have to have at least. I want to make sure I get this right. I had me a couple of drinks tonight, but kids on 5 and 11, they have to have at least one vaccination in New York City, December the 27th. It's already mandatory for private workers in New York City to have the vaccination, federal workers, and it's going to be mandatory for the private sector, which is the private jobs. The private, not private. I'm sorry. It's the private sector, which is going to be small businesses and things of that nature. They're going to make it mandatory for them to have their employees to have the vaccination. So, where this is going at is that your large entities, they're going to be having high turnover ratios because they're going to have employees who are vaccinated. So they're going to lose business to the big business. They're not going to be like contractors ain't going to be able to do work much businesses unless they have the vaccination. Most of these things that they want our kids to take, yeah, I just like I say this in every live. I just don't understand why. Why scientists think that they're smarter than God. Like why the presidents of all these countries didn't come together and say, hey, we can lower our flags for 5 minutes for things that happen of the world. Why we can't give the Most High 10 minutes of our time and pray for the world. Pray for the world. That's how I feel. That's how I feel. They took prayers out of the schools and everything, and school shootings went up. Took prayers out of school. People used to go to school in the morning and say a prayer. You took that out of school. You start saying, well, hey, Took prayers out of school. So now you got school shootings happening all the, seem like every 6 months. Every year a school shooting happened. You took prayers out of school. That's why. You can't, you got to, people got to have something good to believe in. Something good. You got to have something good to believe in, or else not, you're going to just have bad energy and being surrounded by evil. And then evil thoughts going to kick in, and then that's when evil, people do evil shit. Yeah, a lot of businesses going to shut down. A lot of them, like little heat companies that fix heaters and that's just an example. AC units and stuff like that. They're gonna shut down. A lot of them small. A lot of people gonna go out of business. Things are gonna get worse than what it is. You know. Yeah. They took it out of school. I don't. I didn't understand that. I get it. I get it. That people got different lanes to God, but you could have just said a prayer directly to the Most High. You ain't had, you didn't have to be specific. You remove you. That's what they did. They removed. They actually removed. See, that go to live. It's jumping in and out. But they're trying to remove God off the earth completely, like the spirit connection with the Most High. They're trying to zip that away. Yeah. They definitely want us to be poor. That's why that statement. You will own nothing and be happy with what you have. That statement came from somewhere. It came from somewhere. It ain't just come out the thin blue. A healthy friend died 24 hours after. Wow. See, you see what I'm saying? Like, salute Grace, and may your friend rest in peace. May your friend rest in heaven. But wow. Wow. See, it's like it's things like that. It's things like that. That's why I said, that's why I came on here on other videos and I recorded the water and the sky and things of that nature. It's just like you have to put the Most High. You have to. People don't realize this, man. If you're an atheist, hey, shout out to you. But I believe in the Most High, and you have to give God His time. You have to be thankful for where you were at, because your blessings might not be what you want it to be, but you are blessed to breathe that day. You know what I'm saying? Some people are rich and they can't have a child. You know what I mean? Some people poor and they can have 5 kids. Your blessings come in different arenas, and you got to just pay attention to your blessing. You got to pay attention to your blessing. And God ain't never. He might not be. Spirit might not be there when you want him, but he always there. He always there. He gonna always make sure he gonna be on time. Always gonna be on time. So this like Antichrist that's walking the earth, this like Antichrist that's walking the earth, you better fall back, because the Most High sit high, but he watch low. Salute John. Salute David. That's why that like that school shooting. I guarantee you, all the bullying and everything, it went up when they took the prayers out of school. The whole 9 yards. And they did it because they say that some people don't believe in this and some people don't believe in that. That's that divide and conquer. It's one Most High. It's different lanes to get there. People got different lanes. You know what I mean? But it's one Most High. Everybody agree with that. It's one Most High. Like before I eat my food and stuff like that, I say my grace over my food, or either I have one of my kids. They said, Because just because you eating today don't mean tomorrow you ain't gonna be hungry. So you better, just because you eating today don't mean tomorrow you ain't gonna be hungry. You better thank God that you got this food, because it's people in different countries that don't have no food at all. You know, don't have no clean water. You know, we take the little things for granted. The little things we take for granted. It's kids out there, man. I be seeing kids, on YouTube, and it'd be amazing, because I'd be like, how this kid get on YouTube? They be homeless with no food, and I'd be mad with the person that recorded it, because it's like, how could you record a kid in that state? You should be helping that kid. They have, or you can take your life if you wish. I ain't never heard of that, but it's for some people, I can only I can't say I can imagine, because that ain't something I never do. Michelle, that ain't something I never do. But I just think that times don't never get that bad for you to do that. You know what I mean? Think that I just think that that's one of those self-inflicted things that you do. You can't ask God for forgiveness because you just did it. You can't. God a forgiving God, and He forgives for everything. But if you do that, you can't ask God to forgive you because you gone. That if you get to a point in your life where you just frustrated like that, then you need to address the situation according to how you need to address it. But to take your own life, that's not, you won't be you can't ask for forgiveness if you take your own life. You gone. Every time I talk about God, YouTube mess with the lie, man. You were not meant to die. Yeah, man. Yeah, like I count my blessings, man. I look every morning. I wake up, and my kids wake up. My wife wake up. My mom's. I call her every day. Like I said, I lost my pops in August. He passed away, and it made me realize that we take for granted just life. Just breathing. We take for granted just breathing. And so I call my moms every day. Whether it's 5 minutes, and I tell her I love her every day. Life is eternal through Christ. Yeah. I mean, but see that's the thing though, Devin. Like I say, I don't knock nobody for what they believe, and I speak how I feel. I believe in the Most High, definitely. And I salute it. Like they say, when you die, you ain't really dead. You just resting to Judgment Day. You know what I mean? I could be in Switzerland, but they have a death machine. But everywhere, see, this is what I tell people, right? Everywhere, when you walk, you can die. You can step outside your door, and you can die. You can go to, you see all them events where people do crazy shit. You could be just walking down the street with your family, and somebody could do some crazy shit, and you can die. You know what I'm saying? So you can't really live in fear at all. At all. That's why when I come on here and I get trolls saying crazy things, it'd be like, man, come on, man. At the end of the day, man, I feel no man but God, man. The only thing I fear in life is not seeing the old age to see my kids have kids. That's it. I just want to see them have kids. I want to see them. I want to be able to create a platform for them where, not a platform, but a life for them where they don't have to see what I seen or do the things or experience what I experienced. You know what I'm saying? That's how I see it. You know what I mean? But yeah, when I'm in Texas, you know what I'm saying, they got the little warnings with the tornadoes. When I'm in New Orleans, they got the hurricanes. You know what I mean? I've been through Katrina. I was in Katrina for 5 days after the hurricane happened. So that like I say, in July 2005, my car got shot up 27 times. You know what I'm saying? By the grace of God, none of the bullets hit me. by the grace of God. So I say those things to say, I believe in the Most High. See what I'm saying? I believe in the person that created that moon, the person that created the oceans, the person that created the sun, the person that created the stars. You know, anything that man made, I don't believe in that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because if you did it, I could do it. But I can't make no sun. I can't make no ocean. I can't make the air that I breathe. I can't make them clouds. I can't make these things. So I know it's the Most High. Somebody did it. You know what I mean? And the individual that did those things, the individual that created those things, that's the God. That's my God. God, the God of Abraham. That's my God. Every time the number start building up, YouTube, the signal cut off. Every time the number start building up, I never truly know my actual accurate count of how many people in here. Whenever I talk about God, YouTube start the live start. But I'm gonna go on and get off this right now and go finish chilling with the wife and kids, enjoying the day. I'll catch up with y'all tomorrow. So everybody who came in this thing.